Hey everybody, it's Thursday, June 14th, 2012. It's 4:45 in the morning. It's my only day off this week, so I'm going to go do a little bit of fishing down at the Allegheny River. I got about a half-hour walk to get back to my spot. I was out here a week ago. I caught maybe 8 smallmouth, 3 walleye, a catfish, a carp, a sheep's head. Pretty much everything you can catch out of the river I caught when I was up here last week, so I'm going to go up again. I really like the spot because, like I said, it's a 30-minute walk. There's no way to drive right back there, so it doesn't get as much fishing pressure as the other spots around here. So hopefully I'll have my line in the water before 6 in the morning, and we'll see what happens today. So it's about 5:30 in the morning right now. I got up here to my spot, kind of set up camp, got my chair. Got this rod over here out in the water with a night crawler. This rod at my feet has a minnow on it, so see what they're biting on better today. Hopefully I'll be able to get some fish this morning. It'll be nice just to relax though. Just up here fishing the Allegheny River. See what we can pull out today. So I just hooked up to my first fish of the morning. It's about 5:30. I've been fishing for about 5 minutes. Not really sure what it is, haven't seen it yet. Smallmouth. Not a bad first fish. Maybe a 1.5 or a 2 pounder. Get him off the hook and get my line rebaited, cast out again. Alright, so I'm hooked up with my second fish of the morning. My next cast. Camera got tangled up in the rod there for a second. Looks like another smallmouth. Not a bad fish. So I'm still trying to get my stuff set up here. I'm hooked up again. I missed a fish on my last cast again because I'm still trying to get my stuff set up. Feels like it might be another smallmouth. So I've been fishing for maybe 15 minutes, caught 3 smallmouth, all on night crawlers so far. I haven't had a hit on any of the minnows. So I'll keep fishing, maybe we can get into some walleye. Here's my 4th fish of the day. Looks like a real little walleye. Yeah, this one's nowhere close to legal size. So get him thrown back. So far I've caught all these fish on night crawlers. Minnows haven't caught anything for me yet today. Well, it seems I spoke too soon about those minnows. When I was over there taking my walleye off the hook, I had a fish hit my minnows. It looks like I'm getting another hit right now on the night crawlers. Oh, still have my bait. So yeah, as I was taking that walleye off the hook, this rod just about doubled over. It almost went for a swim in the river, and reeled it in, and my minnow was gone. So rebaited it, cast it back out in the same spot. Maybe I'll get a walleye again. So it took a little bit longer, but I'm hooked up again. I caught all those other fish back to back, and then probably nothing for a good half hour. Another smallmouth, jumping a little bit. is my 5th fish of the morning. Alright, I finally hooked up to a fish on a minnow. Not really sure what it is. It's pulling pretty hard. It was stripping some drag before. Feels like it's got some weight to it though, whatever it is. It's heading down the river a little bit. Might be a catfish. Staying pretty tight to the bottom. Oh yeah, that's a big catfish. Peeling some more drag out. Just heading back upstream now. Yeah, that's a pretty big flathead. It's probably going to go about 15 pounds. That's a pretty big catfish. Put him down for a second, get a measuring tape on him. Well, just remembered I don't have my measuring tape, it's in my fishing vest, but it's probably, I'm gonna say about 30 or so, maybe 35. That's a pretty big fish though. Alright, so I got the hook out of this catfish. Just wanted to get the release on film. I'm really surprised I hooked into one this big during the day. These ones usually don't feed till night. There it goes. So that's my my 6th fish of the morning. I actually just missed one right after I hooked into that catfish. Before I turned the camera on, I had another fish hit my rod with a night crawler, but I missed that hook set because I had the rod with the catfish in one hand and it was peeling drag a little bit. So I'll rebait both my rods, cast them back out, and we'll see what else we can get. It's one of the reasons I like fishing the river like this. You never really know what you're gonna catch. It's kind of a mixed bag. I caught a couple smallmouth today. I think 4 smallmouth. I caught a walleye, and I caught that catfish. So anyway, I'm gonna get rebaited and get my lines back in the water. I just want to take a second and show you guys the setup I'm using for. I use this setup pretty much all the time when I fish the river with live bait. I got a 7-foot ugly stick rod, medium heavy action, 1 piece, a Regal reel spool with 10-pound Stren monofilament, and then what I do is I tie it off to one of these 3-way swivels here, and then I tie a dropper, and I have a 1/4 ounce dipsy swivel sinker on it, and then I run a another leader, still 10-pound test down here, just a size 6 bait holder hook. And there's a couple reasons I use this rig. Number one, by separating the weight from the bait. When a fish takes my bait, it's not going to feel the weight of my sinker, so it's more likely to actually take the bait instead of just drop it. And then the other reason is if you get snagged, which happens a lot on the river, 9 times out of 10 you'll only break off your hook, and you'll still have your main line and you'll still have your sinker, so it just helps to save a little bit of hardware. But I'm going to get a minnow back on this rod and get it back out in the water. My setup for my other rod that I'm using with worms is exactly the same way, 10-pound test with a 3-way swivel, a dropper with a sinker, and then a size 6 bait holder hook, but that one has a night crawler on it. So I'm going to get back to fishing. So I'm hooked up with a night crawler again. I think it's a smallmouth. Yeah, smallmouth. I mean, these things aren't huge, but they put up a really good fight, pound for pound. Pretty decent sized smallmouth for the river. Get them off the hook and get my line baited up again. Cast back up. Alright, it's about 9:50 in the morning. It's been a while, but I'm finally hooked up again. I missed a couple fish before. I'm not real sure what this one is. It might be another catfish. Yeah, looks like it might be a channel cat. Yeah, that's a channel cat. It's not a bad sized channel cat. Alright, it's about 10:40 in the morning now. Finally hooked up again. It's another smallmouth, I think. Yeah, this one's kind of tiny. He jumped out of the water once, but that was before I hit record. Yeah, that's a pretty small one, but it's a fish, so I'll take it. The fishing slowed down a lot compared to earlier this morning, so I think I'll wait it out a little bit longer, and if things don't pick up, I think I'm going to pack up and head home. Alright, so I hooked up again on a minnow this time. Another smallmouth. Pretty good day of fishing so far. Well, I just started packing my stuff up and hooked up again. I ran out of night crawlers, so I hooked this fish on a couple of red worms. Don't really know what it is. Another smallmouth. one's a little bit of a better size than what I've been catching for the most of the day. So, except for this fish, I haven't had any hits in the past 30 minutes, so I think I'm going to keep getting my stuff together. I might cast back out one more time in the same spot with a couple of red worms, and see if I can get another fish on the last cast. So here's just kind of an overview of where I was fishing. That's the lock 3. Got my stuff all cleaned up, got my backpack on, got my minnow bucket pulled out. Had one more line in the water. Hang on, I'm getting hits right now. I must have let go. Some of the rod tip going. So this rod was just kind of my last ditch effort, last cast while I was packing up. Got a pretty decent walk, about a 2-mile walk back home. It's my least favorite part of fishing up here, but hey, that walk keeps a lot of people from coming up here, so get cleaned up, get packed up, and head home. Overall, it was a really good day of fishing. Lost count of how many smallmouth I caught. Caught that big flathead, which really surprised me, because usually the big flatheads don't feed till after dark. I guess I was just in the right place at the right time for that one. I got one walleye. Nothing too big, not even legal, nothing to really brag about, but I think it's pretty cool that it's the middle of June and I still caught a walleye. Water's warming up pretty fast, but I'm gonna get my line reeled in and get packed up and get out of here.